Well, hello, welcome to the ITL. Just turned the heater off as you can hear. It's a little chilly out in the garage today. A little chilly. Actually, I came out and looked at my bike thermometer and it was actually 34.7 degrees. I guess we round that one up, don't we? 35. But yeah, that's actually part of my little surprise I got for the goat, and I didn't. The surprise part was would it work or not, but I'll show that on later videos. Yeah, well, I've got pieces and parts coming in the mail pretty steadily so it's like, yeah, once I get it mounted, get everything right the way I want it, the way I want it, then I'll show it. But as going back to the goat yet again, you see the front of it right here. At least the windscreen. I brought up last week about the step-by-step videos or the how-to videos about changing the rear rotor on the goat. That's coming. I am not working on the goat for a while. Sadly, if you've subscribed to my channel, you've probably seen the Polar Bear Challenge video that I popped up earlier this week, actually just a few days ago. Yeah, it was cold. It was cold. And I wasn't feeling totally up to par before I even took the ride, and that's why I really didn't say a whole lot on the video. But I ended up getting myself sicker, of course. But I just had to go out and grab that temperature, and get the mileage. I love it. I mean, that is one ride that I definitely do every January, is out to Warren Harley Davidson, and sign up for the Winter Warrior. That ensures that at least I get a free t-shirt out of the deal for the wife. The wife loves them. She actually collects the Warren Harley Davidson t-shirts for the Winter Warrior. So I go ahead and make sure she's happy. Happy wife, happy life. And it all works out in the end. Well, I got myself a little bit on a feeling on the low side by doing it, and it's my fault, and I only have myself to blame for it. I should have just held off for a few more days, but I would have gotten the temperatures. And it's like, yeah, this and that. But I'm going to go ahead and just put off doing the rear rotor on the goat. I mean, I can still ride her the way she is. I'm not in danger of having any problems. I know the problem is there. Therefore, I know it could cause problems in the future, and I'm just wanting to eliminate that because I do have some. I'll put it this way: I got some a little bit longer rides than I did last year planned out for the goat, and I'm hoping I can get it up to par for those rides. Let me lower this zipper down a little bit. I'm choking myself. But yeah, let's go move on a little bit here. Let's bring up something that the president brought up, and I actually do like using the ITL a little bit for talking about politics a little bit and what's going on a little teeny bit, just a smudge. And one of them is the presidential mandates he's put up, or whatever they're called. You guys get the hint. My thoughts on it as a gun owner is I really haven't seen it in its entirety. I do not really know much about it. But before going into it, I'm kind of biased in the first place. There's already a background check in most states, that you have to go through before purchasing a firearm. I mean, most firearms. I mean, I can probably pick up a shotgun, a cheap used shotgun, without getting one, but I mean, that's a shotgun. Handguns, rifles, normally you have to go through a background check, especially in Pennsylvania. But they're just rehashing old news here. They're like, well, we need to close up the loopholes. Well, my thoughts on it is criminals and people with mental health issues are not going to follow the laws, guys. These laws are not there to benefit anymore. And they're using the excuse, well, if we save one life, it's worth it. You know, that sounds good and everything, but Suburban Rider put up actually a video on that, and that's a little plug for Suburban Rider. Make sure you watch the TDD report. It's actually a really good report every Sunday. He actually put up doing a polar bear challenge ride, what his thoughts were about one person. If you say it's one person, it's worth it. One life. And I agree with that. I mean, if that was the case, we wouldn't be driving down interstates going 70, 65, 75, 80 miles, or whatever the speed limit is in your area. And it's like, you know, we wouldn't be doing that. We'd be driving like 25 miles an hour, lower. I mean, this is a BS freaking comment to me, and I don't accept that. And the first place, giving the, I mean, they got to step in by doing the background checks in the first place, and it just, you give anybody an inch, they're wanting a mile whenever you turn around, and I don't think this is the answer really. And I mean, it's not the answer. There is no really good answer without violating somebody's rights, somebody's privacy. But it is what it is. I'm not for it. And as far as going, the thing that he made a joke about, I watched his little freaking speech that he had on, that they put up online. And as far as basically everybody on a no-fly list, not be able to pick up a firearm, be banned from it, that's BS too. It is too easy to put on a no-fly list. If they think, I mean, it seems like if they don't like the way you smell, the way you look, or something, they're going to freaking put you on a no-fly list. And I mean, that's over-exaggerating, I know. But the thing, what I'm getting to is there is so many people, and it's been reported so much that are on no-fly lists that should not be on no-fly lists. There's no reason behind it. But they are. And they're not allowed to get a gun? No, that's too much infringing on their rights. I mean, actually, Navy Thomas 8 and I actually had that's a plug for Navy Thomas 8. We actually had, a while back, had a discussion about how this should be taken about. And I said, well, people with mental health. And he said, well, actually, how are you going to do that? Because it's going to be so easily said, well, he's got this problem, he got that problem, when they really don't. And even then, you're infringing on their rights. I'm like, well, I can understand saying that. And Navy Thomas 8 and I have, and this has actually been brought up in one of the comments on my videos, if I even talk to him. I talk to Navy Thomas 8 actually pretty regular. It's not as much as I would like to sometimes, because of, I mean, our lives are just so busy each way. But I still see him as one of my best friends, and I value his thoughts. And even though if we were at the White House, I mean, if we were in the in Congress, we would be sitting on different sides of the aisle, I should say. Not too much though, not too much, because a lot of our thoughts and ideas are similar. But we would be sitting on different sides of the aisle, but we are total best friends, I think. And I hope he feels the same way. But yeah, it's just like infringing on other person's rights. That is the main thing, goal of mine. You can't infringe on their rights. Now, if they're a criminal to start with, I mean, if to a degree, I mean, if they've been incarcerated and it was over a weapons charge or something, I mean, yeah, their right should be is pulled. I mean, they no longer have that right. I mean, in my eyes, are they considered subhuman? No, not really. But I mean, you got to draw a line somewhere. In my eyes, but it is what it is on that one. And I mean, the laws are the law. Those laws are there. And as far as Texas, they after the beginning of the year, Texas got their first came out and caught my eye that they got their right to open carry. And that's caught my eye. To find out later on, it wasn't as good as I thought it would be. Evidently you need a permit, a license, to own a gun in Texas. I'm not from Texas. I don't know. So evidently, from reading, so you have to have a license to own a gun. So you have to have a license to carry openly. Well, that's unconstitutional, guys. You did a win. It was a slight win, but it's unconstitutional. And actually, if you want to get downright, and you guys all know, I am a CCW carrier, concealed weapons carrier. And I have to go to my area, my part of Pennsylvania, apply for a permit and pay them X amount of money to get a permit, and it lasts me X amount of years. And technically, I see that as unconstitutional because it is our right to bear arms. It's our right, basically, to protect ourselves. And that is, it's unconstitutional. I do go for it. I ride along with it. Hopefully it'll be changed someday down the road. But I'm willing to pay that little fee every so many years to be able to make sure I'm permitted to carry that firearm wherever it's legal to be carried. It's about, because I still have my limitations. There's still areas that I cannot carry in. And I agree with them. I really do. But where did I get off track? And this is open carry state. If I really wanted to, I can carry my gun open carry in public and not have to worry about it. Not one bit long it's open carried. I don't have to go for a permit to open carry. This is an open carry state, and I am proud to say that. But Pennsylvania, here shortly within the next few years, we're going to be one of the highest tax states in the United States, and I don't like that one. But I don't know. Maybe I'll just pick up my old house, my garage, and move. Maybe 200 yards to the west, and say, "Hey, I'm in Ohio." That's my little tease spot laying off there. You just move everything over. Yeah, right. As if that's going to happen. But I figured I'd cover those, give you my ideas, and I hope I made them clear. I think something should be done, but we can't be intrusive on other people's rights, and we cannot go against the Constitution. And the idea that our president is doing this, and he said, "Well, it's not nothing against the Second Amendment." Well, it's a fine line if you want to see it one way or see it another way. I kind of see it is. It's being intrusive. It's not right. It's not right. There's several other amendments. It's just, we're not talking the Second Amendment. The government's been pecking away at our Constitution for many, many, many years, and I think we need to start standing up. Voting helps. There's other situations that help, but we need to protect our Constitution as much as we can. This is not something that the government just gave us, as people in other countries would think. This is not something they can give and take away. No. This is our Constitution. We, the people, actually created this. And that's actually in the first line of the Constitution. We, the people. The government works for us. We do not work for the government. We do not order the government, but we do not bow down to the government either. I hope you understand what I'm trying to get at on this one. I am not trying to start any revolution here. No, we're not doing that. What I'm doing is trying to explain my thoughts, my opinions out to you guys here. And I know I don't have to, but I figured, you know what, this is a good setting for it. And to be honest with you, it's really, really slow this week, other than the Polar Bear Challenge ride. And I'm going to get in as soon as possible. I don't know if you can tell in the camera, I can actually start seeing my breath again. This garage is really losing its heat quick. This is MuzzleMike. Until next week, I hope you're still around next week. Have a great week. Signing out.